Good morning all, it's Maureen here, Stitch Mac, and welcome back to another Boss Trip video. We've now made it to June, so I'm just going to catch up on what I've been doing the last few weeks, months. I'm a bit bleary-eyed this morning. My daughter was going on her holidays today, so she was getting her taxi to the airport at 3:30 this morning. So she's clattering around the house, suitcases going in and around, like, okay, bye. So yeah, she's off for some sun, lucky thing. Thankfully I'm off my work today. We were off on Friday because it was the Jubilee thing. We're taking a wee day off today. It's a nice long weekend. I thought I'm going to get this done this morning just before everything else gets dragged away. Right, so I'm going to recap. Where was that? I'm trying to think when I went back to. I know there was other stuff. The last one, I had been at the retreat the last time, but I didn't show you what I had got at the retreat. So I'll do that just now. Well, it's still away. Because there was a couple of things I picked up. We were really lucky. We had arts and designs. Is that? I'm having to one, but anyway, you know, the online shop. She's based in Dumfries, so she was coming up for a Stitch weekend anyway, so she did a wee pop-up shop, and I was like, oh, that'd be nice, wee pop-up shop, you know, she'll have a wee desk, you know, a wee table with a couple of things on it. No, she had, like, they'd given her one of the wee separate conference rooms, and she had, like, everything there, and it was like, oh my god, it was a treasure trove. She had all the memorabilia there, and lots of samplers and bead packs, and just tons of stuff, and it was like, oh my god, this looks so good. So yeah, so we all picked up quite a lot from there. So I was very considerate. I'm not a big buyer of stuff. I don't just buy stuff just for the sake of it. I tend to just buy, occasionally I buy things, very occasionally. Because I've got so much stuff, I don't need to. But what I did buy was Mirabella Cinderella, because I thought, you know, I needed to add it to the collection, because I have Rapunzel and I have Sleeping Beauty. It's not called Sleeping, no, but the Princess and the Pea, what I refer to as Princess and the Pea, it's not called Princess and the Pea. So I've got Rapunzel, Princess and the Pea, Cinderella, and then the last sheet before last, I had got the chart for Sleeping Beauty. So I was like, oh well, I'll get this one. These are massive, these ones. Because I was, what is this? Yeah, 17 by 15. Well, they're not massive, but they're bigger than normal. And I was kitting up some charts because I was due a new start. Sorry, getting distracted. wipgo had come up this month and there was a new start, so I was like, oh great, I'll get my stuff out and I'll kit up all the stuff I've got just now and see what I've got. It turns out none. Sorry, having trouble speaking this morning. I was on Sparkles. I don't one of the Sparkles monthly clubs, and so I got a few pieces from there, but they're small. They're just no, they're not small. Sorry, they're just too small for this one and the Sleeping Beauty. And then I think I'll maybe try though and get fabric that will work with both of them, because they both have this border around it, which is really nice. So I'll maybe try and get like fabric that would do the both of them. Don't know where I think I'm going to do this because I've got a bit. The other thing I picked up, which didn't pick up from Arts and Designs, I picked up from the like stash table. It was Fiona who had left this one, because I had seen a lot of these samples now. This is the joy of seeing stuff in real life, like actually just holding a chart and things like that. I would never have looked at these samplers online. I just wouldn't have. I don't know. I just wouldn't have looked at them. I'm not really a sampler person. But then I saw, obviously there's quite a lot of the stitches that the treats are stitching samplers, and that's there you go. So, as I was saying, wouldn't have looked at this one. But in Arts and Sound, they had a lot of the charts there. And when I was seeing the charts and the colours and everything, I was like, well, actually, these are really nice. These are really, really nice. So, and then I'd seen this one on Stash Table, so I thought, no, I really do like this one. I'm going to take it. So yeah, obviously it's Hands Across the Sea. Hands Across the Sea samples. And it's Jane. Self-explanatory. Jane Fiddis, 1835. And I thought this one was quite good because I think it is it tells you all about it. Yeah. So that's going to be my first foray into I've done like a couple of sampler kind of things like many years ago. I've never done a reproduction sampler like this. So this was my first foray into that. I'm not sure what fabric I'm going to do it on. I'll try and probably get some, because the last time I worked in to count linen, it's finding linen that you can see, because I used for to count linen for something else and it was really see-through and really thin, and I just was like, I don't like it. So I'm hoping to see if I can get some 40 count that I like. If not, I'll just go down to like 32 or 36. It's fine. It's not too, what is it, 17, 40 count, it's 10 by 12. That's even on 32, it's 12 by 15. It's not massive. Yeah, so I did that and that. I bought another reindeer. Another one of the Nora Corbett reindeers. But don't know where that is. Because we've done three now. I've done three now. So I've got number 4. And then I got this in the raffle. I actually did win in the raffle. I'm not just saying that. I did win this in the raffle, and I thought it's actually quite pretty. This is a rose. I think it's no, not a rose. It's a whatever that means. Trudeau Eclat. I think it's got some 14 count age on it, but I'll probably change that up and pop it onto something else. But yeah, it's quite pretty. So I got that. So that's my little stash enhancement for next week. What, like I say, don't normally buy stuff. So anyway, that was at that retreat. Then we had another retreat. Well, not retreat. We just had a day stitching day. Myself and Ali and Lynn, who had been at the Scottish Stitch retreat. Ali had set up a little Ayrshire cross stitchers group. And we'd been planning for ages, so we were like, everyone must get together. We all live in Ayrshire, must get together. And eventually I had thought, right, okay, let's just do this. And for some reason, I don't know why the Premier popped into my head. I'd gone out to the Premier in Ayr, and they've got a nice meeting room in there. So I was like, right, let's go for that. Originally we booked it for Christmas, but then COVID had got in the way of that. So we rebooked it there. So we'd been at the retreat in March. We rebooked it in for May, and it turned out it was a great day. We can sit 12 comfortably round in the meeting room, and it was ideal. The seats are comfy. They had it set up as a boardroom style, so we had 12 people around there. There was tea and coffee. We just nipped out to Costa and got some food and coffee and everything like that. It was great, and so it ended up costing us like £7 each, like just to hire the room, because there was enough of us. Yeah, so it's really good. So we're doing that again. We've got another one booked in August. So I think we'll just try and do it like every so kind of in between. Like we've got another stitching retreat for the actual 3 days in November. I think it's beginning November. Could be October. Better check that. We'll do the stitching day again. So it was great seeing everybody at that, and it was just nice because we were there from 8 o'clock. Some of the people stayed the night before, because and then so they were there in the morning. For me, obviously it was 5-minute car journey. But yeah, so it was really good just getting a nice day's stitching with everyone. So yeah, look forward to doing that again. So I'll go into what I've been stitching. So we're at June. I've been doing wipgo this year. my plan for the week. Well, I'd given myself certain goals on some of the stuff, and so far, I've not been ridiculously over ambitious with what I had planned to do. So I've done some of the little ones. I had some little smalls I wanted to finish, so I've got them finished. And then the other ones, I was like either wanting to get a certain amount of stitches or a certain percentage or a certain bit. So far I've got I've got a few outstanding. About 6 or 7 pieces still, because we're into June now, so that's been 12 pieces. I'm called, no, 13 pieces, because this month there was an extra one. Yeah, 13 got called this month. No, last month, sorry. So with 13 pieces, so I've done maybe about half of them. It's not too bad. And the other half, I'm like, I've been just kind of working on. I've worked on them on the month they were called, and then just randomly working on them as well. But this month I'm like, right, okay, they're starting to back up a bit. I'm going to just finish all the bits, all the kind of goals that I wanted to, because I had about 3 of them where I'm only like a few hundred stitches off of finishing the goals. So that's my plan for this month, to finish all those up before I start June's wipgo. If that makes sense. I'll do, if I don't finish them all up by June, I will stitch one day. I have this thing in my head, it's like, no, if it's cold in that month, I want to stitch on it at least that day, at least one day on that month. And then I'll do I'm up to date. My Cartographica, my goal, that's 3,000 stitches a month. I'm up to date with that, but again, I'll maybe delay that. I'll catch up maybe in that July. Just then I can get the stuff away, and then I can concentrate the next half of the year. Hope that makes sense. It makes sense. I think the only one that I did the Shakespeare Peddler the Halloween sampler, and I think I put down to finish that, and then I did some of the stitching on it. I was like, okay, I think that was a little bit over. I could easily finish it, but it would take me a wee bit more than I was planning to. So anyway, I'll show you some stitching, because I've been rambling on for minutes here. So in here, what do we have in here? I think this is just, yeah, it's my cute little chevron. This is going to be a British corner. And that's it. Yeah, so it's just going to be purple. So on both sides, but I think it'll be, I'm using some random purple fabric, not purple fabric, purple Carrie's Creation lavender. But that's all I have left. So I think the other side will be a different colour. I'll just find another colour that's, you know, suitably matched. This is my garden project at the moment, the days I can sit out in the back garden. I'm doing that because it's just so handy to just pick up and go. I can't use my pad to keep it out there, it's too bright. So yeah, so that was called like last month, so I'm like, I'll keep working on that for summer. Now this one here is one I still got in a Q-snap. This is Gina Artisy. Of course it's Gina. This is sepia colours. So my goal for this was to get to 20%. So, and I think I get, like, I'm not far off it. You're talking a few hundred stitches maybe to get to 20%. So because of Pattern Keeper, it's so easy to just, I can just pick a thread. I just pick a colour if it's sitting there and just go, okay, I can use it, and then so just randomly do that. But with this now, so I'm just kind of filling in. I'll finish off and just fill in around the top. So this is her hat. Come down, and it's quite funny because when you see it at some angles, you can really see like that's her eye and her nose. So yeah, I'll fill that in, and then that'll go away. It's just it's a sparklies. Now it's on here. It looks quite cute. It's got a slight kind of greeny, yellowy tinge to it. So that's that one. So like say, plan is to get that finished up to 20%, and then I'll put it away, and then it should come back out in November, December when I do my World Cup nonsense. where I'm going to work on 32 pieces, and it'll just depend on what happens. It could get 50 stitches, it could get quite a few things. I think I worked out it's at 2,000 stitches. I did work it out just for clarity. So I'm doing, there's 32 teams, so I'm going to have 32 pieces. So for the first round they'll all get 50 stitches, for second round they'll get 100 stitches, for the quarter line, no, for the final 16, no, they're 32. So for the 32 teams they'll all get 50 stitches, for the 16 they'll get 100. For the 8, yeah, there's 2 rounds and then there's quarterfinals. So for the 8 teams they'll get 400. Then for the 4 teams in the semi-final you'll get 800. And then the 2 teams in the final will get 1,000. And then the winner might get some more. So I need 32 pieces that can have like 1,000 stitches. It's not a problem. I've got a lot of new starters to add to that. Sorry, dog. Sorry, the dog's flying against me. So the other piece that I was working on, I've been talking around my wipgos, is my Northwood Farm by John Clayton. John Clayton, it's Heritage Crafts, John Clayton Collection. And I think my goal originally had been, I was going to change how I was doing this. It's very exciting. There's a lot of beach. Originally I was going to do like it, the way I'd kind of, it's about here or something like that. But this is the full length of the top. That's it. So that's essentially the top half. So I'm going to fill this bit in here. Because that's essentially the top half. So that's my plan for that, to get that done for the so that half of that's done. Which will be quite good. So I'll do that. It's one of these ones that's quite nice. Oh yeah, this is another one I could use. I could stitch outside as well actually, because I'm using it as a paper chart. But it's blocky, even though it's actually, because there's quite a lot of blends in it. It's blocky, but with the blends of the fabric that threads, it doesn't look like it's a big block for colour. I will them. So yeah, working on that. Oh, this one was true price one. This one is a new start. This is not a very good picture because obviously it's black and white now. This is just it's a painting called Tags Islands by Alfred Dunning. Anyway, I made this into a part myself. It's not for resale. It's not for anything. It's just for me. So it's a lot of greens. This green's blue, then they're all white. But I have boobed. Okay, I calculated the fabric, and then I'm looking at it going, it was more that picture's more square than rectangle, but my fabric was more rectangle than square. I'm like, that's right. For some reason, I have decided it's like 20 down here. It's like 200 down here. Because like in these account fabric, obviously, it's dead easy to work out the size because you're like, right, if it's 200, it's 20 squares. So for some reason, I've counted like 20. I've decided it was 200. And it's not, it's like 260. So I just folded my fabric up and counted down 10. Went, right, that's the bottom because I'm doing the bottom. Because I want to see how, because I've done it on pick to pat. So I want to see with the clarity, you know, how it's going to work out. And I thought, well, I'll do a piece that's quite detailed and see how that comes up. The picture itself isn't sharp. It's not the colours and the painting and the paint strokes are all quite, not blurry, but they're not, it's not like fine sharp, so it should be fit. Hi, sorry, as I was saying, yeah, so I have slightly boobed on this. I think, and then I've looked and what was like, I can just take, I think I'd be left with like 2 rows at the top. So I was like, okay, I'll just take some of this. I can take some of the treat size. We'll just I'm curious to see actually how it comes out. When if anybody's done any of these like charts them themselves, it's quite hard to judge how looking at the chart it does look like it's going to be detailed enough. I think I'd be happy because it's got like a gazillion colors and I think it would be classified as a max colors one because when I'm looking at colors there's hundreds and none of them are there's no like big blocks anywhere. So this is my start down in the corner here. It's very exciting, very exciting. Yeah, so yeah, that's the corner of it. You see, so I started it there, and then I looked at so it would take me up to about there. And I was like, okay, we'll just cut off a couple of rows. Fine, I'm okay with twice. But yeah, so we'll see. My plan on that was that's the new stuff. I'm just going to do 1,000 stitches, so I've not got much more to do on that. And then the other piece, so that was one of the ones that was called in May. And was this one called? Yeah, I haven't done any of the June ones. These are the ones from May. So there was the reindeer, the chevron, and the new start. So my other one from May was my reindeer by Donna Gelsinger. What's it actually called? Enchanted Christmas Reindeer. You can get. There's an ornament of it, there's a big picture of it, etc. I'm doing the stocking. So my goal for this was to get to 20%. Now normally I do not like working on Christmas stuff outside Christmas time. But I've actually been quite enjoying working on this. So I'm there. So I've just this little bit needs to get filled in. So again, I was just doing kind of random colours, kind of bringing them down here, adding where I could fill them in. That's so obviously that's as big as it gets there. Where's it? Yeah, so there's like an extra line there. This is where it starts coming out, and then we'll see. Right. So that's as wide as it gets there, and then it kind of comes in slightly before it comes back out. So that's my reindeer. And so yeah, that little blob to fill in there. Again, I'm just kind of now working my way through kind of filling all these ones in. I've not got much to go. I got like 18.96%, so I've got like 1% more to do. So I'm just carrying on working on those the next few days and get that away. And then I'll pop it away. That's good. And then the other piece, which I mentioned is my focus for the year, but not even focus for the year, so it's just to get it to 20% as well. If this kind of thing, 20%, everyone's 20%. Feels like you're kind of nearly a quarter. It's my big cartographica. So I've done up to May's 3,000. So in May I worked these little bits here. There. I've worked down all down this these curves. That's the halfway point. So I'm now working on the map. This little black bit here, it's like Iceland or something. You know, we're on to places now. So I'll do another 3,000 stitches on this in June. Hopefully it might be June into July. I've essentially got 6,000 to do it in June and July. Because I'm going to, for June, I'm just, like say for the rest of June, I'm going to try and catch up with my wipgo pieces. And then in July, because in July, I'm going to be doing my Tour de France back again. And I've got one piece for that. So between it and this, that will be enough for July. I don't really want to have anything else in July. So yeah, so for June and July, where is that? I don't know what to, maybe just, I think maybe I'll come around here. Or maybe I'll go down the bottom bit. I'm kind of working. Maybe I'll go down that side. Who knows? I'll just see where the fancy takes me. Joys of pattern keeper. You're not then having to always just work. I can jump about all over the place. And just see if I'm scared. So yeah, that's kind of it at the moment. I probably have worked on pieces, but that's what I've got out just now. So that's it. So yeah, so that's my plan for June. Finish all, try and get up to date with the wipgo pieces, and get ready for July, because the children's month starts on the 1st of July very conveniently. So that's it means. That's the plan stitching wise for June. Yeah, other than that, that's been it. We had a trip to, we went up to Balmoral. My sister was doing it. We went for afternoon tea. It was a deal we'd got like at Christmas, so we went and stayed up in Ballater and went. My sister was doing 10k run. It was lovely. I'd never been up at Balmoral before. I'd never actually been up in that part of Scotland before. So it was very nice to go and visit up there. I don't really have much else on now. Sunday night, Friday night, I'm going to see Crowd House in Glasgow. And that's like from I think it's like 2 or 3 years ago. You know, it kept getting rescheduled. So finally doing that, and then that's it. I don't think I'm anything. And like I've got nothing else booked. I don't think, apart from stitching stuff, holidays and nothing like that. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the year. But today I'm going to go and take, what time are we at now? 10 to 10. So I'm going to do some stitching for a wee bit. And then I'm going to get Madam out. Madam the dog. Madam Rose. I need to get her out. I've got some visitors this afternoon. Yeah. So that's the plan of attack. We'll do that. Right. Anyway, I'll see you maybe at the end of the month. We'll see. In a wee bit. Okay. Cheer, bye.